Why did the USSR collapse? What were the reasons behind one of the major historical events on humankind? Let's check it out. We have to understand that by the 1980s, Russia was in an economic stagnation. There was an altogether, and along with very bad results in the agriculture, led to a lot of dissatisfaction from the Soviet people, and also because the economy was very bad. One of the reasons why was that because of the nuclear arms race between the US and the USSR that dropped almost all the resources that the Soviet Union had. Also, the space race played a significant role in in droughting um, resources from the from the USSR, from the Soviets. Yes. Then we have to understand two set of policies that Mikhail Gorbachev, the leader of the USSR by the time, made. First, the perestroika, that was in Spanish it was, yes, or in English it was the okay, reforms, right? Reforms, especially, yes, reforms. They were designed to open the economy to foreign invest. For example, they made easier for the Soviets to open new business, and also to reduce the central planning the central planning state that they had, and relying on the local government, decentralizing this way the power. Also, the glasnost. Glasnost was in openness. It was designed to open political the political sector. For example, that more than one party, not just the Communist Party, would be able to run in the elections. So once this policy was implemented, many candidates and also many parties started to gain elections against them. Also, it was an open in the. Also, it ended the state media control. So a lot of new journalists and medias started to appear, and of course they started to criticize the government and also its leader, even though its leader was the one that gave them um, freedom of speech. Then we have to understand that by those times, 1989, the fall of the Berlin Wall marked an end to the satellite non-Russian states, because countries such as Germany, Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia, these countries started to gain their independence and for uh, for the end of the ties between them and the USSR, to stop being controlled by them. Also, in the 1991, an attempt of coup d'état started in Moscow, so led by hardline communists that wanted to overthrow the Mikhail Gorbachev's government, because they thought that it was too. They thought that it was that Mikhail Gorbachev was destroying the Soviet Union, and and so on. Also, the by this time, not just the satellite non-Soviet states were started to gain their independence, but also some Soviet states. For example, Lithuania, that was the first one in 1990. Then it would follow the other more, like Latvia, yes, like Latvia, Belarus, and other countries as well. And so the Ashbat Accords were signed in 1991. Um, in December, at the beginning of December, and in the end of December, in December 25th, um, the the Union of the Socialist Soviet States um, was formally dissolved.